Like,
really
I'm
not
making a
to-
guest appearance. I'm gonna be on GDG's podcast.
If I speak, I am in big trouble.
Pod next week.
In big trouble, and I don't want to be in big trouble.
Jesus Christ, brace ourselves for that.
Yo, sis, this beat is popping.
Yeah, I'm just recording now. We're just vibing it. You're the first girl this season. Well, not this season, but like this new little.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're the first
Emmy.
girl. No,
Oh, she finished it.
that was the season. Yeah, so that was seasonal. So since I've been back, I've had Travi, I've had Malik, I've had.
It's so crazy. I was getting my nails done. We're watching it today.
Yeah, what episode was you watching?
I just made the girl watch it.
What episode were you watching?
I was watching Plantain.
Plantain. Yeah. Oh, that far back. Yeah.
Yeah, only because I don't watch it like episode after episode.
Yeah.
I pick around.
Yeah. And that's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
a lot of
I pick
people do. I
around.
even do that with even my
Because
peer.
I know me and Plantain follow each other, so I just thought it was like I need to watch his.
Yeah, no, because I do that as well with some of even the guys here. Like the ones that I probably regularly watch, because obviously they just Wednesday morning they're there.
Yeah.
So charge it, and obviously when I'm in the car on the way home, then I listen to the boys. But the girls, because a lot of them be guest based as well sometimes, so I'll be selective on who I'm watching. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we're inside, by the way. So we're live. We're live. So
live.
be careful anything that you say out here, please.
Jesus Christ.
No, because
you didn't even ask me what can you ask, what can you not ask. You didn't even ask me what can you ask, what can you not
On
ask.
this podcast, if I speak. What? Mel, come on, man. You've been watching me for how long?
From the
Well,
beginning.
no, I won't ask anything mad. I won't ask anything mad.
Oh, there's some.
No. Like, what, friends and all? Because you know a lot of ins and outs of even my life.
Let's keep it PG.
Did you hear? But did you hear my man's song?
Who's your man's song? Be humble.
No.
Who?
How can I do this? You know, my previous. Her boyfriend is
Is a singer.
rapper.
Jesus
Disney.
Christ. Really? It's good to know you're still on the record.
So, but have you heard her sing on the? She was on the track as well, though. She's actually good.
Oh no, she was always a great singer.
Innit?
Yeah, I always knew that.
Yeah,
She
no,
was
I
a great.
said it, I said it.
But I'm happy that she's actually, because Ireland, Scarlett.
Yeah. No,
Everything.
that was the. Actually, Ben, I had that conversation with you. Remember on Snap? Remember about the singing? Yeah, like
So good. She's always
he says to me, because obviously I used to always push her to do it, but obviously the way I was pushing her maybe wasn't like the right way type of thing. Do you get me?
timing though.
No, it is,
Time,
and it's
yeah.
season as well. Like I was part of her life for a season.
Yeah.
Obviously, my
And then
man's
now
coming
too,
in,
you never know. Confidence,
Yeah,
seeing other people do things,
yeah. But Mel, a lot to get into.
Mel is killing me.
I'm not gonna tell the people your name,
I'm Anna Maria.
but that's what is your name? Like people know you as in Ireland.
In Ireland, people know me as Mel. Yeah.
Well then, and I know you as Mel. I'm not gonna call you Anna Maria. It's like, okay, you can. I said this the other week on the pod. I said someone called me Emmy actually called me Dongo. I don't know, was it Emmy or Bev? Someone called me Dongo anyways. And I was like, don't call me that. You know me. Call me Goody like, because Dongo's kind of like I always say to people, with Dongo it's like it's like a character.
Yeah, I call you Goody as
well. It's
well.
my government name, but like it's like when people call me Dongo, you don't really know me like that. You know me as like the podcaster, the content creator. If you call me Goody, you know me personally. So you call me Goody, bro.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, Anna Maria is my name as well. I just decided to use
so it's
my
Melody
middle
Anna
name.
Maria, is it? Okay. So obviously Mel obviously lived in Tallaght for a good bit of her life, but she moved to LA. But we're gonna get into all that in a minute. Find out. I want to know about America and stuff and your journey there. Melody also were you part of season 1?
I was season 1.
Yeah, season 1.
I ruined my friendship. Season 1.
You ruined your friendship?
Yeah.
How?
Are you ready? You're not ready for that. Yeah.
How? Like, what you mean? Like, not even, you don't need to name names, but what you
I
mean?
was told not to do it.
Because of... Oh.
And I was also told not to tell you, but I felt like if I'm canceling, I have to tell you the reason why I'm canceling, especially because it was the day before. So I couldn't tell you why I'm canceling, so I did it. And then after that, I've never, ever.
So that's why you man fell out? Because you did that, because that was only fresh. But this is even a bigger level. This is the bigger scale. This gets 1,000 views. TikTok gets 200K.
But honestly though, I think it was just like what did they say? The camel that broke whatever.
The straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
It was already on its way out.
I think it was already on its way out. I think it was because I mean, the person I am today would not be in those relationships.
Especially like, and also given an ultimatum as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was weird because it wasn't like it was like giving me a piece of information, but I can't tell that information. And it's like, then I'm like, what do you want me to do with that piece of information if I can't say nothing about it, you know? You know when people tell you stuff and then they're like, don't tell anyone, but I don't want you to be cool with that person. But it's like, I have to tell that person why. So at some point, you know?
Do you know my respect for you because even last year, Melody, I know she'll never say it, but she couldn't, obviously, she lives in LA, couldn't come to the show. I think you bought like 3 tickets for my competition. So Mel was to give away. She's always been supportive of the pod and stuff like that.
Yeah, I did it for Chris as well.
Who's Chris?
Chris Scabs or whatever. I did it for him as well.
Chris, because you couldn't, do you know?
I knew I couldn't go.
Do you know, but I tried to give away that ticket, yeah?
I know you did.
And I put it up, right? I was there's no one to go Chris Cabs again. But people are laughing. What are people laughing, bro?
I saw that. I was like, oh my God.
Did I say something wrong?
But the way you said it.
What did I say?
But I think it's because we read it in your voice. Like, nobody wants to go to Chris Cabs again. You provide too good for Chris Cabs.
But no one wanted to go.
I don't know. I was just like...
But would you have went if you had saw my post?
Anyways.
Why?
Why you... What did you say?
On a Wednesday as well, you know what I mean? Melody, will you fuck off, will you, man? Chris Cabs on a Wednesday.
I mean, look.
Only on a Saturday.
Stop.
I'm only messing. Congo, brother, I'm only messing, man. I'm only buzzing.
No, it's very talented.
Mel, for real though, respect to you, man, because obviously girl code and all that. And obviously, she's obviously... the person obviously has obviously told you a lot of stuff, and you could have judged me. And I'll be honest, like, obviously, look... do you know what? I don't want to get you in trouble, so I won't even get into that. Whatever, it is what it is. Huh?
What trouble?
Oh, but like, in case, like...
Oh, there's no trouble at all, darling.
Nah, we don't want to get messy. We don't want to get messy. We're here to obviously have a laugh and reminisce and all that, blah, blah. But no, Mel was part of season 1 when I look at the journey that I was on. I just picked up my phone, like I said to the lads, I was with the lads the other day. I was talking about like just going for it. I remember even a friend of mine's trying to do like lashes. She has anxiety. She doesn't know like to go on social, how to promote herself. I said, sometimes even me, I was saying to the lads the other night, I was like, I'm an athlete. Do you get me? People may look at me now that I'm chunkier now, but like, I was playing football.
Yeah, I remember that actually when you went to America.
Yeah, I went to America myself, which we're gonna chop it up about that. And it's like, I fell into this, do you get me? I just said, I picked up my phone, I said, I'm going to do a musical. I'm not a producer, I'm not a musician, I'm not an artist. I'm just a person that knows some people. I had a little bit of money behind me, and I did it, and you were part of it. And it's beautiful because I've had yourself that done the competition. You're on the pod now. I've had a few people that have done it that have been on the pod.
Yeah.
So it's a full circle moment, do you know what I mean? But question, did you ever think it'd end up like this? Remember I started doing interviews then. Did you ever think it'd end up like this where people in Dublin know who I am through this and stuff like that?
I always thought it was so mad. I remember one time you had a video of somebody saying, "Oh, are you Goody from da da da? Are you?" I was like, that is crazy. I felt like I knew it'd be in some entertainment, but I just didn't really know like what sector, with a podcast or like I do interviewing people on red carpets, like it could be that, but like I knew it'd be like entertainment somehow, or like something funny, or like maybe stand up. I actually thought it might have been stand up.
Yeah, no, stand up. No, people like production be a Kevin Hart fan as well.
Yeah,
like, I'm a massive like he's kind of like with the storytelling. Kevin Hart's always honest about his life. Because I remember like if you follow Kevin Hart's story, he's like when he started, he was little Kev the bastard, right? And he used to just go up and just like when he started doing stand up in clubs, he'd just be. Not just telling little jokes. Yeah. But then when he was, I think it was Keith Robinson, his manager and his mentor, was bringing him around. He was like, "You're not saying anything. You need to tell a story." Do you get me? And then Kevin starts talking about his life and stuff. And I remember he talks about his dad
his
and like
kids
his
and all
kids.
that.
So I was like, right. I remember like again, I've said the story so many times. I was like, when I started doing podcasts, I remember going on the Boys Pod. And that whole viral video, that was a true story. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Your stories be true, but you can't help but laugh. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what the actual fuck? The one that killed me is like the car thing.
Which car thing?
The epilepsy.
Oh, yeah.
And then people laughing. Yeah. But it's like...
It was him. He laughed.
It was like so crazy though. Like, it's just like, how?
I almost died, Mel. I could have died. Yeah, no. So that's what, like, and I feel like the stories are so authentic. And I remember, like, you talk about these stuff on the block, bro, with the lads, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm just bringing that here to the podcast now. To some people, bringing myself to the podcast seems a little bit like you're crazy or whatever. But I'm just like...
Controversial.
I'm like, brother, that's if I speak the brand. It wasn't supposed to be little... All right, guys, so let's talk about what's happening. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be like, talk about raw, real shit. Obviously, it adapts where we've had vulnerable moments.
Yeah.
We've had real moments. We've had people talk about, like...
You've grown a lot, though.
Absent... Yeah, so I've found a niche where, like, that side of it, I will play the game where I'm, like, cater to certain audiences, but I'm going to be me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And honestly, things like this, people subscribe to you. They don't really subscribe to... There's so many different podcasts. Yeah. Like, they're subscribing to your personality, really. Yeah. Like, you're selling yourself at the end of the day. So it's really just like, if you weren't yourself or you, like, try to... It wouldn't really feel authentic to watch. It'd be like, oh, I've seen these a few times. Yeah.
Something I want to touch on quickly, right? Have you just, obviously... And there's some things that I'm going to touch on. I know you have a lot of opinions on relationships and all. I'm going to give the ladies something today. I usually stay away from them relationship topics, but because it's you, I know you've got strong opinions.
I sure do.
I'm gonna touch on. So I'm gonna give the ladies something today, yeah. But firstly, just a TL topic I've seen this week. Have you seen that Cooking with Kaya girl?
What's that?
Cooking with Kaya. Have you seen her?
Yeah.
Have you seen what the discourse around her? Have you seen all that? Like the women hating on her and stuff.
No. She's cooking for her husband and stuff. Is that the one?
No, she doesn't have a husband. That's the thing.
Oh, it's all a lie.
So she's basically saying, so she'll make a meal and she'll be like, if your husband saw this meal, I can take your husband type of thing. Women aren't liking that. She's got a lot of hate for that. So what's your kind of initial thoughts on that? I would have thought you would have seen some stuff.
No, I haven't. You know what? When I'm in Ireland, I don't scroll as much. I don't do as much as scrolling. I'm more scrolling in America because I'm trying to content and keeping up with the times. But I don't know, because I feel like there's always this whole, like, if you do this, you can't get a man. If you dress like this, you can't do this. There are girls that are hoes and they have husbands. They have people paying for their things. They have... Either way, this generation has changed now, and there's people who are OnlyFans and have a boyfriend. What are you going to say?
Do you think online... And this is the question I actually have for you with that, right? So I sent her video. I should have sent it to you, actually. But I sent her video on to someone, right? And I sent a comment I sent it to a lot of girls, and they were like, they wouldn't cook for a man that isn't their man, right? Which I don't think is true.
Okay, so I will agree with you that I don't think it's true. And I'll tell you why I don't think it's true. I don't think it's true is because we are emotional beings as women, right? So when we really like somebody, we're doing things that we don't even know. Like, we don't even, like, we're asking questions that we haven't even been, like, committed to, right? Yeah. But I like you, you like me, you're showing me interest, you're doing all the right things, whatever that means for that girl. And I just feel like you get to the point where I've done things that I'm like, you did this? Yeah. Like, you paid for somebody's food, you did this, you did that. So I think as women, it's so easy when you're not in that state to be like, oh, I wouldn't do that. But when you're attached emotionally, and obviously when intimacy is involved and all of that, you start doing things you don't even know. You start cooking, especially when somebody comes to your house like, oh, I'm coming over. You will cook. My sister, you will cook.
And I'm going to tell you something for free.
Because then it's like you're having an intimate moment on the couch, you're watching, you will cook.
Mel, I've blasted girls that are not my girls. They've cooked for me.
Yeah.
I've teared them.
Yeah. First of all, whoa. Tear them, it's crazy. And I'm sure they're watching this thinking, teared. I'm dying. He didn't mean it.
Because these girls, they chat shit. These men, they chat shit. You will cook. You're just doing that for flavor online. That's what I'm saying. Online perception. Look, you just said there. There's girls that are OnlyFans girls that have boyfriends. There's girls where niggas will say, oh, I wouldn't wife a girl with more than 12 man
BBLs.
You're doing all that, bro. You're
They
doing all
actually
that
get more
bullshit.
money than me.
Yeah.
I had know a girl on my Instagram. She got a BBL and she posts her ass all the time. And on her Snapchat, you have to pay her to follow her. She'll say, "Oh, I have a flat tire." She'll post a Cash App. Somebody sent her money to fix her flat.
Americans love that Cash App, don't they?
Oh yeah.
It's
Cash
just
App me.
Yeah. Do you have it?
I sure have
Have you been
Cash
Cash
App.
Apped?
Hell yeah. Please, me at this time. With the economy, I'm taking Western Union, fam.
Yeah.
Whatever payment you have, I'm taking.
Oh my God, no, Americans love that Cash App. No, because I have a guy, you know this guy, right? I don't want to say his name, but I'll say it at the end because he will, he's from Ireland as well. He lives in America too. That's the only thing
Oh, okay.
Tall.
I think I have an idea, yeah.
Yeah, right? He always says to me, in this life, have money. Don't go, all these things you're complaining about with women, blah, blah, blah. With money, it doesn't matter.
I agree.
Have money in this
I
life.
agree.
So you agree with that?
I agree.
Even when it comes to, we had in the previous episode, and I was joking, a girl a while ago, a long time ago, told me, don't go, there's some criteria you're not hitting. No, one was height. I've seen you say so.
Oh yeah, bro.
But with money though, it changed everything. I like.
Yes.
But why?
Absolutely.
I'm still short with money.
Yeah, but you're providing things. Yeah, and on top of that, I'm not stressed.
Right.
Me not being stressed is my number one
But
priority.
where's my love for you though? My heart. God, I remember I said it to Simba the other day. Simba said, "Fuck your heart." It's all about that. Fuck your heart. So raw.
Honestly, yeah. Why do you think those politicians with fat bellies, they have girls? Doesn't matter anymore. I'm not saying me I have to have some sexual attraction to you, but I will say though that like money makes a difference. It does. It does. Because I've seen men that are like medium ugly. You ever heard of medium ugly?
Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah,
medium ugly. They have money, they dress nice. Automatically their face starts shifting to a little bit fine.
That is crazy, dog.
In this life, have money. Because on top of, let's say you don't have money yet and you're short. Poverty will make your face, poverty will make your face somehow. So even the little fine that you're trying to keep, you can't keep it anymore because you're sweating every day, running around, trying to make ends meet. It doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't. All these famous people, some of them are not cute, but look at how the money's shining, bro.
So I sometimes even see online, like when they do a comparison of like, say Rihanna 15 years ago, it's like, and they show her now, it's like, you're not ugly, you just don't have money.
You're not ugly. I do think majority of people are not ugly. You know, there is them ones that you're just like,
oh, there's some scramblers going around. Yeah, there are some scramblers.
But a lot of people is like, you're just broke.
But I'll always go back to it. We were actually, me and Smiley were chopping it up earlier. I feel like with men, it is always like, you have to show what you can do.
Yes.
And with girls, just look nice.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. A girl could be so broke. If you're lame, a guy will go for you.
Yeah, because men don't care what women make.
If a girl, if a guy's broke and he's lame, girl might still not like.
The thing is, society has made men believe that their worth is money. So whatever they have, that's why, you know, men who have money, they treat girls anyhow. Women are disposable because their worth and their value, society has made them feel like it's money. So it's like, and women has added to that too. I mean, we have added to it. Because for me now, I can only date a man who makes the same or more than me.
I hear that.
Because, and it's not for what people think.
No.
It's because, number one, my money should always be a necessity. My money should always be an addition, not a necessity. I don't want it to be like where if I don't have money, we don't pay rent. Because at one point I'm going to be pregnant, so we're going to starve because I don't have my half to pay rent. And I don't want to be a pregnant woman where I have to be working. I don't want that. So I do think that and also going back on that emotional being, feeling like I'm being taken care of, it's an emotional thing. It's like, oh, you can take care of it.
But you know, sometimes though, what you're saying, can you say that that's like, I don't know if I'm using the correct thing because my English is not really English. But is that as a subjective opinion where that works for you.
Yeah.
Where some people are happy enough to help, even if in pregnancy, to help their partner.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? Some people can do that. Because I find...
Absolutely.
Where, especially on the internet, it's like, this is a matter of fact.
Oh, no.
You're less of a man if your woman is walking and she's pregnant and
No.
you're not. Do you know what I mean? Because
No.
that plays a lot in the, not everyone, but some men's mental, it can play on that mental. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's whatever works for your relationship.
Yeah.
For me personally, I like to feel like if I don't, I'm not ever gonna be a stay-at-home mom. I'm too like busybody to do that, right? I'm too ambitious. I have things I want to accomplish, but like, I need you to be able to hold it down when I can't. I want my money to be like, oh, you lost your job. Okay, now let's go to my money. Or we're trying to get a house. Oh, let's go. Not on a daily thing. No, not a daily, day-to-day like of things. Like, I don't want to feel like if something happens to me, I'm going to be the one having the kids. If something happens and I'm like having a serious pregnancy, you know, pregnancy affects women differently. I don't want to be in a position where I'm like, oh my God, now I'm a stressed out pregnant person. And I've suffered already in this life.
No, I hear that. And you know, even me, I won't lie. When I was doing the Instagram lives, my opinion would be of like, oh, why are these women on about not shut up and all blah blah? You should be able to help. But as I've
You were
obviously
crazy in them into your life. Jesus Christ.
As I've developed and obviously you're listening to conversations and perspectives and all. A man's job is to lead.
Absolutely.
You get me? Man's job is to lead, and it's like you play that role, and obviously you take care of her and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, and it shouldn't be frowned upon. When and there's another thing I always say as well is like, if this is what a woman's asking, this is what she demands.
Yeah.
Why you mad? Why you going there? This is what she's demanding.
I always say date your wage, my brother.
Date your tax bracket.
Date your tax bracket, because
definitely.
I've seen some of these girls, their wig alone. You know that, oh God, you cannot pay the $700 for the wig.
That's every couple of months. I like it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you see the girl is packaged correctly. Eyelashes, ping, hair, done up, makeup, fleek. Come on. And then you go there, and then you can't pay for a date. And then you're saying she's a gold digger.
Yeah,
Babes, you have no gold to dig. You don't. You saw me, I'm looking well, you came here and you have no money. You can't even pay for dates.
What about them girls though that say to me, right? And I've actually had these conversations where I know, like, I'm not. Right, but
I'm not.
but
You know what, please?
I do when I'm chatting to babes, the Champions League standards, are good babes, right? And I chat to these babes, and they be telling me like they don't really care for the IVs. I don't know what the equivalent is in LA, but like these big restaurants, they're happy with a young. I was like, well, on a first date, they'd be happy with a young. Some even said like they'll even go to Heritage for a first date.
I think, I can see girls doing that. I think we've got to the stage where it's bad in the dating scene. Yeah,
I heard that market is crashing.
It's crashing.
Yeah.
And at this point, people are like, "Oh, you're planning date? Let me get ready and go. Heritage, let me go. You're planning it. You're paying for it. We've got to that level now, but God forbid we continue that level. We need to.
No. That's what they're saying now. Like, for me, here's my bit of. I remember I seen Charlie May saying it on TikTok. Yeah, it's not every day that you think you should bring girls to a big fancy restaurant. Just spice it up a little bit, bro. Bring her to theater, bro. Go to jazz, show her some bit of elegance, bit
for
of
me,
class,
like activities is great. I love activities.
And it's even like for me, if I'm gonna like spend like $253 bills on a gal, I want to know you first.
Yeah.
I'm not interrogating you on sitting there. No, I'm not. I'm telling you now, man. I'm not on the first date.
Yeah.
You
know what?
Go on.
You know what changed my mind about this? When I had nephews.
Okay.
And I thought about it. I was like, would I want my nephew going broke?
There you go.
Over like dating different
She might not
girls?
talk to you. She might not talk to you again after.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't think first date it needs to be that extravagant, right? I don't think so. But also it depends on the girl you're dating too, right? Because some people be trying to punch. When you're trying to punch, then you have to try to keep up with that level. But if you are dating somebody that you're like, she seems my type or whatever, I feel like you can take them out to a regular restaurant and get to know them and talk. It doesn't have to be like the Ivy and the high-end restaurant. But I just thought about it, like, would I want my nephew to be like spending all this money dating, and I know the market is bad, so he's gonna have to date a while to find whoever. No, I wouldn't want that. That would be crazy.
All right, let's get into it now. That's enough gal talk for now. But we might dive into it a little bit later. Yeah. So what I want to ask you, Mel, what I always do is go to the start, right? So obviously I know you've grown up in Tallaght. So where in Tallaght again? Was it Federica you grew up?
No, I grew up in Kilnarden. Well, Kiltipper.
Kiltipper, right.
Like, but it was connected to Kilnarden. Like,
you went to Albon, didn't you?
No, I went to Fedekern. No, not Fedekern. What's that thing? Because I moved schools so many. I went to school 4 times. I kept getting kicked out. No, I went to town too.
What were you doing? Why are you going to school in town? You're in Tallaght.
I know. And then, yeah.
What the fuck were you doing? No, but you were very cheap. I'm gonna get into you in a minute. Right?
I knew you were gonna, because we didn't even like each other.
Yes, no, you didn't like me. We'll get into that.
I didn't like you.
We'll get into that. No, you hated me. We'll get into that, right? But yeah, what were you getting kicked out for?
I don't know. A lot of people don't know this, but I grew up in foster care.
I think I did know this.
I was in foster care for all my life in Tallaght.
Right.
I never grew up with my family.
Okay.
So I think that and I was just one of those kids who wanted to do whatever they wanted. And you know, we don't live with your African families. I lived with white people a lot. So it was just like, I didn't like authority, if I'm being honest. And that creates a lot of, and then I always found myself with the bad kids in school. All the time. And I was cheeky as well. So it used to get me in trouble a lot in school. But then I had good grades. So my sister and would be like, I'm not going to your parent-teacher meeting as long as the grades is good. I'm not pushing my buggy there, because she had kids at that time too. So yeah, I think that was mainly it. I was either I didn't really fight much because my mouth was so cheeky.
Mel's mouth is sharp.
Yeah,
but
very.
Let's move past that for a second, right?
I'm better now.
Yes. We thank God, right?
Bless.
What I want to ask you, so this might sound crazy, but follow me, people, yeah? Growing up, I spoke about on the last episode, we kind of touched on the last episode where, not growing up as, in an African house, it was rough, parents being strict and not allowed out sometimes, blah, 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 spoken about it. One of my, I used to think as a kid, I used to wonder what it was like to have, white parents. So what was that like for you?
I was in an Irish home at once.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Yeah, where I had the mom and dad Irish, but then most of my life was in a group home with other kids.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, with staff coming in and out, but obviously they were white or whatever. But I did have more freedom, I will say, and also we had curfew and stuff, but because they weren't our parents, I break them. Do you know how many times the guard had picked me up from my friend's house because they reported me missing? Because they have to if I don't make curfew or whatever. I think I wouldn't change my childhood because I had a lot of fun. Broke fun. I was walking to Springfield. I was hanging out in Jobestown. I was here. It was a good time. I was at all the house parties. I was with all of them. So all the ones you were looking for, you were looking from the window.
You don't.
I was there. Goody was in the window what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on?
I was there.
It looks like so much fun.
Right.
Can I ask you this, right? Why were you fostered, if I can ask you?
So basically, I grew up in Greece as well. I'm born in Greece.
Okay, so you're the third person, I think, because Tommy from Where's Your Head At, he's born in Greece as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think Jesse, I don't know if Jesse.
That's where Anna Maria came from.
Yeah, I think Jesse's from there as well.
Wow.
Oh, that's why you have the Greek thing in your bio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I lived in Greece till I was 7.
Is that with your biological parents?
I lived with my mom, yes.
Oh, okay.
My mom got really ill and she couldn't take care of me. And in Greece, if you're not working, and she couldn't work, she got into an accident and she still has leg problems now. So she was just let's go live in Ireland with your auntie or whatever. And it didn't turn out well because my auntie got sick and that happened. And because we were underage, just like the government, and we came in, seeked asylum and all that stuff. And when you do that, it's the government kind of have you now. And my sister was 16, so she was also underage. And I came with my sister. So they split us up.
What age were you when you came?
7.
7.
So they split us up. I lived in the group home with the kids, younger kids, and she was in the hostel. And we saw each other every weekend.
Fuck, that's a lot, man.
Yeah,
that's a lot. And how was that kind of in your early life growing up? It obviously affected you in school because you were saying 4 different schools. But then going into your adolescent years and teen years, how much of an impact has that had on your life? And then going into adulthood.
I think, yeah, there's a lot of trauma that I didn't know I had. Like, there's a lot of trauma that I realized as an adult. I'm like, damn, that comes from your childhood. And I didn't know that. Like, the way I deal with friendships when I was younger, I took that to how I was when I was an adult. For instance, I didn't live with my family, so my friends were my family. So the way I interacted with them was different. I was doing the most. When I say doing the most, I treated them like family, whatever they needed. Even when I moved to America, my friends were having kids. I'm mailing stuff to their children. Graduation, I'm flying down like
Man,
it's down.
you were flying
Bro,
back like you're in London.
I'm telling
you proper, bro. Yeah.
Like, I did the most for my friends, and I had to realize at a certain time, like, it's because of that trauma of not having your family. You started even doing more for your friends than your family. And it took me as an adult to actually realize that, to be like, okay. And it took a lot of friendship shiggy for me to like realize, like, wow, like, they don't see you as family because they have their families and they grew up with their families, and you can't be mad at that, you know. But your trauma is
what's causing you to be the way you are.
They can't reciprocate that because to you, you're their friend, but in you, they're your family.
Yes,
and it's bad.
You've warmed up.
Bro, it was bad, and it's still low key bad. Like, and that's something that I'm like dealing with, and I'm getting better, but the shit I've done for friends, bro, I haven't even done for my family yet. And
just to kind of, because it's kind of not taboo, but it's like kind of it's a conversation lately in our community. But how are you dealing with them traumas now?
I think first thing is identifying them, knowing your triggers as well. Because another thing is, I went to school as a therapist, so even though I feel like I do need therapy at some point, I know how to kind of balance myself a little bit better and know that this is what you're doing and you need to take a step back. Knowing when to take a step back from people as well. I didn't know when to take a step back. I was fighting for friendships. I was dragging them on my back, bro. I didn't know when to just be like, hey, this is no longer serving me. We're no longer in the same, this is a seasonal relationship. I didn't know when to let go. And I'm still struggling with that a little bit, but I'm definitely better than before.
I can resonate so much with what you're saying. I seen a video, I think I sent it to one of my friends earlier. It's like sometimes when you value yourself so much and your friends are moving somehow, they need to feel your absence.
Yes.
Let them go.
They need to feel my absence, because one thing is like when men ask me, like, you know, when you're dating, they're like, would you say you're a good girlfriend? I'm like, I don't know, but I can be an amazing friend to you. And I always say that because none of my friends will ever say that I was a bad friend to them. Because I think about everything. Like, I'm really I have to think about, like, how do I make you feel? Like, everything. Like, I was just so, I don't know, but I know it's a trauma from my childhood where, like, I was just overdoing it. Like, need to relax.
Yeah. No, I can resonate so much because even me, I had to let go of a friend of 15 plus years. You'll know him. We'll talk off camera. I don't want to give it energy, but like 15 plus years, that was hard.
And that's the hardest one.
I won't lie to you. Like I said it the other day, I was in the gaff the other day and I said it. I was like, you know what? Because even now with what I do, I've met some people in this. And obviously sometimes we can butt heads because they don't know me. Like they're thinking like situations where it's like, it's not even that. Like, you just don't know. I've always been like this.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of miss my guys. Because my guys know who, they see man as like this. And they want, like, some people want me to be industry and you play the game. It's like, I'm a young fella from Tallaght, bro. If someone gets smart, you're getting a box. That's not what we do. We don't do emails and I email your man. We don't do that, bro.
Yeah.
We don't speak prim and proper. I don't want to be doing that. I want to do things my way. That's what has led me here, Mel. Do you know what I mean?
It has led you here, but I don't know if he'll keep you here, my friend. I'm telling you that now, okay? Because at some point, I had to learn to play the game. And I had to learn that.
I can hear from, because obviously I want to, especially...
You keep your personality, but you have to know how to switch it off. You have to know how to switch on something else and switch off something else.
Do you know what it is? And I agree with you in this point, right, Mel? I'm not saying I'm going to be, say for instance, right, my goal, I don't think I will do more, I'll lay foundations here. I'll probably get a few invites to a few cinemas. Yeah. But I'm not going to have my own show on RTE. I'm not going to have my own show on Virgin Media. I don't know. Maybe, I don't want to block my own blessings. We don't know, right? But my goal in my head, I think, and you can agree with me or disagree because you're there, personalities, like, I think America allows you to be free. I see it with, like, with content, like with basketball.
Yeah.
After the game, they're in the dressing room. Players are doing podcasts mid-season, talking shit on other players. You'll never see that in England. In football, imagine Saka after a game. Oh yeah, Palmer. You want to talk about Palmer? He's dead,
but Europeans are sensitive.
Do you get me? But America, they allow you to have. You're allowed to have personalities there
because
so,
they want something to see.
Do you get
everything
me?
is content. Everything is
is content. Yeah. Do you get me? So I feel like that's where my long-term goal is. If I'm to like blow from this, it's like I would love to have like I look over it because I can be myself. But say for instance, I'm going to a big business meeting. I'm not gonna go up there and be like, yeah. No, I'm gonna be like, I will go, what's story? How are you? Good morning. I'll be like, you know what I mean? I'll be still young for it. But obviously, I'm just being me. I don't want to be up there, hey, sir, hey, good morning. That's not me. That's not, do you know what I mean? Like, or be phony, or I'm not playing, or trick someone out, or cheat someone to get in a position by being slow. I'm not doing that. I know niggas do that, and probably in your field they do that. I'm not doing that. I'm not playing the game that way. I want to do it. I want it earned. Do you get me? What do you think?
I agree with you, and I think that sometimes your value in entertainment will be tested, right? Or like your integrity, I should say, will be tested. Mine has been tested a few times, and that's why you have to know Jesus Christ.
Amen.
If you don't know him,
amen,
you will be tested.
Amen.
Where things are, because entertainment is shiny. Things are shiny, they look good, and you want to be doing it. Especially it's hard as a woman too, because you be tested in the facts of your body, even, you know what I mean? Will you sleep to whoever to get to where you need to get to? So I do think keeping your morals and your values is important, but I do know that there's certain things, especially with management and stuff, there's certain things that you might have to go to or be in that you might not necessarily be like, ugh, I don't want to do this, but you're gonna have to. There's a lot of bending in entertainment. You have to bend a few times to get to where you want to be. There's been projects I've been part of, and I was
talk about that bending, because Hollywood is crazy. Diddy and all bending.
Yeah.
No, you don't know the bending I'm talking about.
Not
you missed that. You missed me. Do you know what I mean? But go on.
There's like a lot of things that like I might not have been like, oh, this is not really going to help my career, but it's going to help my relationship with this director or this producer. So let me go ahead and do this. Do you know what I mean? So I do think there are a few times where it's like, I play a lot of different characters, I have to say. Like with Miss Nigeria, I have to do certain things, right? Be a certain person. But it's not that it's not me. It's just I have to be adaptable. You have to be adaptable in this game. Like you have to be able to walk into a corporate office and make them like you. Like you have to be able to walk into kids' room and make them like you.
But the way I know how to make people like me is being that black boy from Tallaght, witty. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm not going to go into kids and be coursing.
Yeah.
That's me adaptable.
Yeah.
I have a foul mouth, as you know, right?
Me too.
Into a corporate setting with a load of old white people, I can still make it laugh with a bit of charm about me. Do you know what I mean? But I'm being me. I'm not trying to be completely. Honestly, I'm not fucking Steven from Fox Rock. I'm Dongo from Tallaght, bro. Do you get me? I'm still gonna be my own self.
Is always gonna get you.
I'm not trying to be in somewhere place where I'm uncomfortable, man. I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah.
Even if it's gonna like with the last episode, the nigga is straight on money. He doesn't care about anything else. He'll do anything for the bag. I get that, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to move Mumsy out of the hood, retire my father, and be just have this beautiful life that you want. That will come with entertainment. Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna conform and completely lose myself.
And that's the thing. I'm glad. Yeah. And I'm glad you have that, because for me, I think I have that too, where I'm like, there's certain things I will do and there's certain things that I won't do. And also being a Christian helps you with that too.
Yeah.
Because you have to know yourself. One thing that saved me in Los Angeles is knowing myself, which means when things are offered to me and it's not me, it's just not me. When a certain group I want to be around. I remember the first party I went to. This guy in the bathroom, he was gay, but he went to the women bathroom. And he was trying to teach me how to do coke. I said, Jesus. Put out the key and everything. I was like, wow. Yeah, no thanks. That I don't want that. But I was in a high level party with like people who were doing shit. And I realized like, wow.
I've seen you. I remember there was a party you were at, you posted it. Your OT Genesis was there, I remember.
Oh yeah.
I was like, Mel is really in LA.
Yeah.
Mel is really in LA.
Yeah, it's crazy the rooms you could be in LA though.
Oh, we'll get to that. Let me go back a little bit, right? On the trauma. So we talked about
Can I hand my bag, please? Sorry.
Yeah.
My lip gloss.
Yeah, you spoke about how it's affected you, obviously, with friendships, how you looked at them as family and they looked at you just as a friend. How has that affected you in the dating aspect of things?
I have good discernment with men, right? So I haven't been played a lot. Like, I have bad discernment with friends, but I have good discernment with men. So if I'm dating a man, I already know what I want in a man. So it's very easy for me. 2 dates like this, we have already wrapped it up. Like, yeah. Because if the conversation, and also I'm somebody that's stimulated by intellect. So if you're not smart, we can't be talking. Like, I've never dated a dumb nigga. I'm so sorry. And I mean, when I say dumb nigga, I don't mean not educated. There's people who are not educated, but they're intellectually smart. Like,
Melody, you're so funny.
intellect is important, bro.
Yeah, right. So you would love someone like, you didn't watch the last, was it the last episode?
The guy with the thing on his hat.
Did you like that episode?
Very smart.
Is that what
Very smart.
Is that what you're talking about, yeah?
Yeah, he's intellect. We can talk about different things. We might not agree, but I know that there'll be a conversation. Not every day, what are you doing? What are you doing? Come on.
So you're like, yeah, so see, no, I don't want like an intellectual, because that can be a bit jarring as well.
Yeah.
Coming home
Like
after a long
deep,
day, you're trying to tell me about
person.
fucking moons and stars.
Balance, baby. You gotta have balance.
Yeah, I have a bit of balance, but I do like deep conversation. That's what I feel like. I know people give me credit for my personality and how raw my podcast is. But I think, as well, watching myself, I think because of the conversations I'm having, I like deeper conversations.
You have grown.
Yeah.
And
not in heights, because the girls that are in heels, you're
wrap
taller
that
than
one
me.
up. Wrap it up. It's not happening. But you have grown, and I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I really
Thank you so
am,
much.
because
God bless you, man.
one thing I will say is nobody knows how hard it is to start something from the bottom. Nobody. That shit is hard. Like, because it's you and God. It's you and God. I'm telling you now, because nobody's really gonna see your vision like that. Your friends can try to support you. Even they're supporting self. Come on, post. They can't post. Anyways, that's another story. But like, your friends can support you to a certain extent, but you gotta have that grit. I always say you have to be a shark. In entertainment, you have to be a shark, because you can be the best and still not make it. You can be the most talented and still not make it. It's a 50-50 chance, and you have to really back yourself in that.
And you know where I hear, and I'm prepared for that. 2 reasons. You started about Jesus Christ, right? And knowing that no matter what, in all things, you give him the glory, and he's there with you. Even through heartbreak. It would be heartbreaking if I didn't, but I know for a fact I have, and not just me, a lot of us rappers, entertainment, we're laying foundations for the next generation.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of part of what I was speaking on the last episodes. Like, I'm motivated by that as well. Where like, I want us to be like the way the UK is, the way America is, where people can just transition into this and make money off it. Do you know what I mean? Instead of doing a smelly little 9 to 5. Or listen, 9 to 5, there's nothing wrong with that, whatever, it is what it is. But there are, like, you see content creators, bro. That Coco Macoya girl the other day, DDG paid her $4 an hour to do some cooking show with her. Do you know what I mean? Smiley always talks about it. These days, attention is like oil, bro. With the core, it's like, it's the new currency, is attention. You can blow off TikTok, Instagram, and go change your life, bro. Look at that Hawk Tour girl, bro. Look at that Hawk Tour girl. I like she's signed to.
Look at Very Demure.
She's signed to Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, Jake Paul. She has a podcast, bro. Do you know what I mean? From talking about how good her head game is, bro. And she has a podcast. No, man, I know. Sorry for being vulgar, but at least, but it's like, brother.
Yeah.
Talking about giving a blowjob, bro, and she has a fucking show.
I'm telling you,
bro.
Yeah, but look at that girl that said Very Demure.
Yeah.
Very mindful.
She pop as well, is she?
Bro, her whole life has changed.
Fuck off! I didn't even know.
The whole life has changed. She's in rooms doing campaigns, makeup, like the whole. But she. I think her pronouns are she. She was like homeless before and all this stuff, and like the whole life has changed off of one word. Very
Do you get me? But that's what I say, to see social media these days, you can really, if you know what the gig is on that, you can really change a lot. I know this, I don't know if you follow this guy, Moyo, he's a UK guy.
Yes, I do.
Moyo, I love Moyo, bro.
I do.
I love Moyo.
Moyo is really dope.
No, see, he's always, and do you know what I love about TikTok, they're so positive there, the
Yeah.
creatives. There's always videos telling you, like, post that content. You never know what you can do, blah, blah. Moya was talking about, like, if I'd never done these dances back in the lockdown, like, I think you went to that Jake Paul Tyson fight. Like, whatever way, like, TikTok, sponsors and brands, they flew him out to Texas, bro.
Yeah.
Flying force.
I saw that. I saw
you can
that.
Really,
yeah,
man. There's opportunities for
there's
people.
definitely,
Jenny.
but I think like Irish creators are coming a long way because it's harder here. It's absolutely harder.
Man, it's
here.
not even a creator fund for
Yeah,
people.
I saw that. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And they just made up Marketplace like a week ago, isn't it?
I seen some girl
Yeah.
tweet that we have Marketplace now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was only
yeah.
a week now. Marketplace, that's wild.
Okay, see
'cause
what we're battling
Marketplace
with.
has been years. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, I used to always like be homesick, but then now the person I am now wouldn't have made it in Ireland. I wouldn't have made it.
Let's get into it. Let's transition, right? Let's skip all that boring part, right? What was the decision that was like for you? And when did you move to America? Sorry, what year did you move?
I went a few times, so I don't know exactly. Wait, maybe like
I think it was 16, 17 you went.
yeah, around there. Yeah.
I remember I was around there, yeah.
Yeah, because I went and visited a few times because my dad lived there.
Right.
Yeah, so I went like family holidays.
But when did you go and just, this is my permanent residence now? That was 2016, 17.
Yeah, I
wasn't
did
it?
my master's
Yeah.
in Ohio.
That was, yeah, I remember
I
you
did
went
my
in LA
master's in
initially.
Ohio,
So
yeah.
talk to us about that. Go on.
So I did my master's in Ohio. I got my bachelor's in occupational therapy, and I was just like, I actually wanted to be a social worker. That's what
Right.
I wanted to be because I lived in homes. So social workers, I had social workers growing up. So I was like, that's all I kind of knew. I was like, I want to be a social worker. But I always knew entertainment was it for me. From dancing, from singing. I used to dance a dream dance, all that stuff. Like, I knew entertainment was it for me, but I knew my family would be like, you have to have some kind of education. Because I'm also only person in my family who was born outside of Nigeria. So it's a lot of pressure to make it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of pressure. You're the one that's supposed to break generational curses. Do you know what I mean? And you have to know that there's one in every family as well. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get my master's because I don't believe in being a broke artist. I don't believe in it. And because there's no dole in America. You die on the streets. Homelessness is real. You heard of Skid Row? Yeah, it's a line of homeless people. And do you know that the high percentage of them are artists who came to move to LA trying to make it, trying to do, but mental health, drugs, them not making it. That's how a lot of them
Don't
ended up
even
there.
into that, Mel, because I remember shout out Aston, yeah? They went there a couple of years ago, LA. Him, Joe, and R.I.P. Shags, yeah? They went there. And I remember Aston coming back and saying,
Who went?
Aston.
Is that Rachel's sister, brother?
No, that'd be, he's the tall guy.
Yeah.
He with them. That's Tony.
They came together. I was with Tony.
Was Tony? Yeah,
I was
remember
with
you
them.
were.
I
You
took-
were,
I took them to the Hollywood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
I
I
took
remember.
them to the-
Yeah, right. So they went. I remember Aston. I remember me and Aston were having a conversation. I need to get Aston on this podcast. Aston has a lot of wisdom himself and knowledge, and he's a good chat as well. But anyways, I remember talking to Aston for a while. And he was telling me, like, do you know that we're rich? Like, we're actually rich. Like, when you go to LA, we think the block here is poor, the dollar you spoke about. When you go to America, like, me wearing this normal little tracksuit, drop me stuff to school, I'm like, you know what I mean? Look, like, it's bad.
So-
because we only see one, sorry, Mel, right? We only see one side, Hollywood and all that. There's that other side.
Yeah.
Go on, go ahead, look.
LA, a lot of people in LA is a facade, right? A lot of people, you see them, they'll dress nice, they don't have a penny. They're eating ramen noodles. They have 4 or 5 roommates. LA is so expensive that, like, when people move, they're here for a reason, whether dreams, whatever it is that they're here for, aspiration, whatever. So they're really struggling to make it. And a lot of people, they know that you have to look the part. So they look the part, but they're actually struggling. They're one paycheck away from being on Skid Row. And Skid Row is bad. Skid Row, if you go on Skid Row, you will be very thankful for your life. It's bad. There's been times where I've done community service and given food out there to the homeless and stuff. It's really bad and sad because a lot of black people as well. So it's like, LA is just a facade. Everything looks shiny. Everything looks good. But deep inside, downtown LA stinks because all the homeless people there, it smells bad. And Hollywood stinks too. Like the street, Hollywood Boulevard.
But why? So, but why do everyone locate out there then? Because obviously Kevin
Because
has
it's the highest.
Kevin has from Philly, so he moved out there. Who else? There's a lot of people that are from
It's entertainment capital.
Right.
And so is New York and now Atlanta. It's where the opportunities are.
With the studios and stuff.
Yes, studios, now streaming, casting directors, whatever it is. Like, it's where the big parties are. It's where the connection is. So people want to go where the highest opportunity is. Same way people move to UK because Ireland is like behind. So people move to UK, but also like when you move to those big cities, you have to be a grinder. I was in my master's with 3 jobs. There's no way I could do that in Ireland. I didn't even have the motivation.
What would there? Because I was in America as well in college. They have like what do they have? They give you what's that money they give you?
Unemployment?
No. When you're in college, no, we have Susie here.
Oh,
what do they have
yeah,
over
they
there?
have,
Student something.
student loans.
Student loans. Were you on student loans?
FAFSA, yeah.
Yeah. Were you on student loans over there?
Yeah, and I was an international student, so I paid double for school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't have a scholarship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was lucky enough that I did get a scholarship my first year, but it was half. And then the next year I moved to another school because I was
Was
like...
that for our acting school, was it?
No, I actually did my master's in social work.
You can get you can get a scholarship. I'm just doing that on an athletic thing. Yeah, so you can get scholarships for anything like this.
Yeah,
Go
anything.
on. Yeah.
So yeah, you can get a scholarship for being black and broke.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's scholarships for everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I decided to, and I knew that I went to this convention in New York, and you go, and you literally audition for so many agencies, and agencies in Atlanta, whatever, and they give you a list of ones that are interested in you. And most of them that were interested in me was in LA, and a few in New York. And I didn't want to live in New York because their apartments are so small, everything is so crouched together, while LA is spaced out. I never visited LA before. I packed up my car, whatever didn't fit in the car, and I drove to LA. And I rented a room from some lady, and that's how my journey began in LA. But I knew that that's what I wanted to do. Like, I've always known that entertainment was it for me. And you have to thank God because there's people out here roaming around not knowing what they want to do in life and wasting time.
Yeah.
So I was just so blessed that, like, I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I don't want no what ifs. I want to give it everything. So that way, if it doesn't work out, I can rest because I gave it everything. I took all the risks possible. I've done it broke. I've done it with money. Like, I've done it alone most of the time. But you have to have that, like, motivation. And I think, like, my work ethic is top notch. Like, my work ethic is crazy. I've never had one job since I moved to America. I've always had multiple jobs. Like, even now. Like,
can I ask you this though? See, with that though, yeah, and I love it. I love like I said, the last guest was just like, fuck all this motivation, just get me to the bag. But it's like, I love that, the drive, the motivation, all that. But it's like, is that healthy though?
no.
3 jobs like that, that can take because like, when do you finish your day?
Yeah. It's really hard, though. It's really hard because I think that it's not healthy. I don't think it's healthy.
No, it's
I
not.
don't because
One job, my head's gone.
yeah. And one thing I will say is, like, for me, one, I noticed what I want to work on next year is, like, I don't ever get the time to be like, I really completed these things on my, like, to-do list that I wanted to do. Like, I really, like, I wanted to win this pageant and I really won it. I wanted to start my nonprofit and I really did it. I wanted to get into tech and I'm in tech this year. Like, I don't have the time because I'm so busy. I'm running, like, I'm not having the time. Like, I want a manager, and now I have a manager. I didn't, like, just, this is nice, which is why I always come home. I need to remind myself that I'm still, like, I can relax, because LA is not a relaxed city, it's a hustle city.
Yeah. And I feel like you hit, like, the nail on the head there because Ireland is... Our brother Victor kind of touched on it as well.
I saw that.
We don't grind.
I did comment on that, though, when you posted
grind, right? But it's like, Ireland gives you the tools
it's not set up
to
for
relax. The dole, Susie, get pregnant, hap. Like, I even heard in America, like, you have to pay insurance before you have a baby and stuff like that. It's mad. Like 10 G's to go in an ambulance. Ireland makes it very comfy. But in some cities like London, America, even Australia, got a boy that was over there. you have to hustle.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think
Do you know what I mean?
Ireland is a great country for people who are married with kids and the elderly. But for young professionals like us, it creates laziness. It does. Because why would I want who wants to work extra hard if you don't have to? Like, I know people who are like, oh, I'm on the dole, and they're having better fun than me. They're going on more
I'm not
holidays
gonna lie,
than me.
2017, I was on the dole. I was lit.
Yeah.
I loved life.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
enjoy it more than I do now when I'm walking in a bank and I have a car and you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and it just doesn't promote you to work hard, which is why I always say, although I missed home and I missed everything that I knew, there's no way I would have been the person that I am today if I didn't leave Ireland. I would have never made it to the level I am now. Absolutely not. That drive, that like, and I know that I knew it was in me because of being in foster care and all of that, but it would have never like brought to light if I didn't. Because even in Ireland, I didn't even bother to look for a job like that. I was living with my sister at some point after like growing out of the foster home. I was living with my sister. Everything was kind of like she took care of most of the stuff. So I wouldn't have been as independent as well. Like if I didn't move to America and like figure it out. Because that's all it is. You have to figure it out. You have to fail a lot of times.
yeah, no, it is. A little small backstory even on me. When I was there, we had our lights cut off in our apartment block that we lived in. So it was me, it was Blair, it was this Jamaican guy, and this guy from Sierra Leone. Me and Blair, obviously, when we were there on the scholarship we were on, obviously you go there on a working skill visa, so we couldn't work. And the jobs that we got was like working in the school.
Oh yeah, like
the-
for international student, yeah.
International students, all like the basketball games, lacrosse games, all them.
Yeah.
But we couldn't get the jobs because this Brazilian guy Raul had all the jobs. Do you know what I mean? And they're only paying like $20. So we're relying on my man's social welfare checks and his man's social welfare checks to pay our rent. Do you know what I mean? So and sometimes niggas at home here aren't eating because of me and Blair. Do you know what I mean? Because our mums, every little penny is going to us. Do you know what I mean? And I remember like we couldn't pay our half of the rent. They cut our light on our water, bro. We had to go live in the Brazilians' gaff, and then the other boys scattered to wherever. And them boys hated us to the point where when we come back for Christmas, they all obviously Blair never went back, but they all went like separate ways.
Yeah.
So when I only went back to get my ACL surgery again. But I had nowhere to live. But the Brazilians took me in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was on. I think this is the first time I've been saying this. I was living with the Brazilians on their couch. For them 2 months I went back. Mel, do you know what my meals were every day? I didn't have money.
Yeah.
So what little money
Ramen
that I'd
noodles.
get, it'd be know the chicken that you make in the deep fat fryer, not deep fat fryer, you make in the air fryer.
Oh yeah.
On bread for 2 months.
Oh my god. Bet you were skinny then.
No one knows that. No one knows that. This is the first time I'm actually saying it.
Yeah. Honestly,
America,
it's hard.
bro, it is fucking,
It's hard.
it's tough. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're not, there's been times where like nobody would even know that, like, especially when I was in school, I struggled. Like financially, even though I was working all them jobs, I still felt like it wasn't enough because obviously the pay was so little and I still had bills. I lived by myself in an apartment, paying everything, my car, all of that stuff. So it's like, it just feels like it's never enough, especially when I was in school. But I mean, everything happens for a reason, doesn't it? Like,
Before I segue back into like the actual career that you're doing, something I want to talk on, right? And a lot of us like sometimes be afraid as black people to move to America. Obviously, you see the police brutality, all that type of stuff. And I remember you on the front lines every day protesting. I remember when George Floyd was killed, Is sometimes people be like, I'm never gonna move over there, American racism. How bad actually is it being there on the ground? The racial profiling, all that type of stuff.
So the racial profiling is real, especially for black men. It's really bad. Like, even at that moment, I remember when I used to get pulled over, I used to put my camera on because I don't know. LA is better, I will say. But in Ohio, where I was, there wasn't a time I got pulled over in Ohio that I didn't get a ticket. But in LA, I'll get pulled over and they'll just be like, get off your phone. Or like, yell at me or whatever. But I feel like the racial profiling is real. And it's even realer for black men. Because black men are seen as a threat. But it's really that black men are powerful and they just don't see their power, you know. But I think that it became real. Like, I think all these things were being done, but nobody was recording them. So now people are recording everything in social media. It became real.
It
like,
started in 92 with the Rodney King stuff.
that video that I saw when they stepped on that man's neck and killed him, that was like, I couldn't believe how I cried in that video. And I think that was the first, after that video was when I started like going to the protests and stuff. And I remember in the protests, I watched somebody get run over. Some white man ran through the crowd because black people were protesting. I said, that's when I had to go home because last, I have to find my way back to Ireland because it got real, bro. It got real because, you know, you're protesting, you're feeling like you're standing up for what you want and blah, blah, blah. But shit be getting real. When the police start hitting everywhere, I'm running to my house. Like, I'm dropping my sign and I'm leaving. When I saw that man run through the crowd and hit people protesting, I said, yeah. I still have a mom and dad that loves me. Let me go to my house.
Yeah, Black Lives Matter and all, but yeah. You know
My life
My
matter.
you know what I mean?
It was really, it was so sad. America was sad. And that's another thing, like, you could feel it in the air. So I think that was a time where black people started standing up. I remember one lady, too, she tried to buck up at Starbucks line, trying to say, like, I should get back at the end of the line. I said, why? I was here first. She's like, well, yeah, she has to get her coffee or whatever. I said, look, we're in a season that everybody can get slapped. We are in the season where black people are done taking the shit. Like, you can get slapped out here, Karen. Like, so I think that season was really real for black people because if you know, like, black American story, like slavery and all of that stuff, they've been used to, like, just laying down a bit. And I think Black Lives Matter was an opportunity to be like, okay, we're going to stand up for each other. We're going to, like, we don't want to see this. But because it's in 4K, it's been happening probably. But because now it's in 4K, it's so disturbing to watch.
Looking back, right, when you see, like, the one that always killed me was a Trayvon Martin, the 16-year-old.
Yeah, that was terrible.
When he was walking through that neighborhood and the man shot him and he got away with it. And I'm just like, I've been walking up and down the rough areas of Tallaght all my life, but I'm still safe. Remember when I was, like, obviously where your one lives and or whatever, I'm walking up and down there, grand, whatever. Do you know what I mean? But in America, I could walk on the wrong street and some nigga can think that, like,
you could wear the wrong colors.
Do you get me? And then, like, which one? Breonna Taylor in her own house.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's mad because obviously
so
a lot of people
bad.
do go mad at me when I talk about, like, racism and all, because I do relate to a lot of, like, what happens in America and stuff like that. But obviously, it came here where we lost our
I was shocked.
Do you get me, bro?
Shocked
right?
at how Irish people are moving about racism.
And this is what me. I said it right. I'll say this. I don't give a fuck, right? You can't have hate in your heart. You won't enter the kingdom. Yeah, I don't hate these people, but I will never. And maybe someone can correct me. Someone more knowledgeable on the Bible than me, whatever. Right? I will never respect police. Never. It's worse. It's not just Americans. It's even here.
Yeah.
They're scumbags. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. They're scumbags. I will never in my life, especially with, like,
I think for me is I'll never
2 weeks
trust
later, in that
police.
situation, it's 2 weeks later, you're bringing negotiators in to, someone's allowed to even finish that chipper, and he was shooting at you, but you shot poor George, you know what I mean? Like, but you're not shooting this fella here. You know what I mean? And,
but in America, they're very clear about the racism.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Very clear.
No, 100%. So me, I will never, I need police around the world, because they're scumbags, they're cowards with guns and badges.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
It's hard to trust them as well.
Fuck them.
I could never trust the police.
Yeah.
I feel like in America, every time that I do get pulled over, there's a little tug in my heart. Like, there's a little
I would
scare.
break myself.
There's a little thing that I'm like scared.
You could move the wrong. What was the one that was killed in our car? Was it Sandra Bland?
Yeah.
Oh, the one that, another one actually. Remember your man that had his kid in the back of the car, and they asked him to pull out something out of his glove, and they killed him in front of his child, bro.
Yeah.
No, they're I would, if I got pulled by a cop in America, I would break myself.
Yeah, I do have
I'm not afraid of nothing. I would break myself.
Yeah, it's scary. I have to say it's scary. But I will say, though, like, I don't know what it is about Los Angeles. It's a liberal city.
Yeah.
It is a little bit better because when I do get pulled over, sometimes it's like by Latinas, or there's a lot of Latinas in, like, Los Angeles, or like black people. So I don't know why I feel a little bit better. Like I don't feel as scared. But once I see that it's a white person, it's a little bit like, sit up straight, put your hand there and like just be nice. Don't give them attitude. And it's like, it shouldn't be like that, but it really is.
Yeah. Fucking
But Ireland is bunking up with this racist.
They're little mouths. That's all they are. They're little fools. They are, bro. They're little mouths.
It's like loud now.
It's just
loud.
that's all it is. Don't mind that. They're only little mouths.
And I don't remember.
If you know the
like
law,
that.
do you know what? A lot of the time you'll see online. Like if you know the law here, they're dopes. They're not. Remember you said that you want a dumb nigga. These people are dumb. The coppers here. If you know the law here, they'll tell you that's not the law, but you know the law better. They don't know the law. They're stupid. Trust me, they're dumb. They're just cheeky,
I'm just so
bro.
shocked that they're actually having protests.
The last game, right? They'll be driving and they'll pull you. Where you going? Where the fuck are you going? What you mean where am I going? No, I'm being real. Someone that's not. I'm not a person that like. I don't smoke. We don't sell. I don't do any of that. I pay me taxes. I go to fucking work. I do the school runs. So I shouldn't be this vigorous towards Garda. But one thing I don't like stupid people, Mel. And Garda are number one dumb people. Why are you asking where the fuck are you going? Or they'll stop you. They'll see it, and you legitly bought your car. How did you pay for your car and all?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Do you know what it is? That person that got bullied in school decided to be a guard.
Oh
get
yeah.
Power.
And then now power. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to do with power all over the world with guards and like police people.
Yeah. Let's get back to your career and all that, because don't get me hot over police. I'm gonna get vexed. Bleeding Saturday. Come here. Acting though. So how successful have you been in that? To the fact, are you still working a couple of jobs?
Yeah.
And what? So like, you audition for a lot of roles. Have you?
Yeah.
On what have you had a big break for say?
I feel like I've had opportunities. That's the thing. You have opportunities that feel like it might be your big break, but then it doesn't end up being your big break, right? I feel like I audition a lot. I have an agent. I have a manager. I have a few agents actually. And the thing with me is that I think that because I'm talented in different areas, it's not just acting that I use. When I first went to LA, acting wasn't making me money. It was modeling that was making me money. The runways, the photo shoot stuff. So I was doing that a lot. It was after COVID that acting like picked up a bit for me. But I've always been studying. Ever since I went to LA, I've been in acting classes until today. Like I go to acting classes. I do it online now because I'm here. But yeah, like I think that there's one thing to do with talent, but you have to have the skill. And I realized that when I went to LA, I only had talent. I didn't have the skill. So I had to build that skill for acting. For modeling.
Because that's a little gem there. So what do you mean by talent, not skill? What do you mean? Could you just
I think there's a lot of talented people, but there's not a lot of skilled people.
Skillful people, yeah.
Like talent, you could be born with talent.
Yeah.
Like, but you have to exercise that. You have to literally learn the tricks on, like for acting, for instance, like you can do a monologue or a scene. It's like, oh, that's good. That's good.
Go on.
That's good. But in the sense of like character work, like, are you this character? Are you able to be diverse in who you play? You can't just play, let's say, for me, I'm learning to play like the ghetto black girl. Because it's not me naturally, because I come from here. So it's something that I have to learn how to play to diversify myself in the acting. That's skill. You're learning that skill. And also, if you don't practice that skill on a weekly, daily, you lose it. Just like anything, really. I bet you can't run like you used to before. I'm telling you.
I've one knee. I've one knee. No, but I like that though. There's a lot, and that's so true. Talent and skill. There's a difference there, because I have the talent of talking, but the skill of an interview, I'm getting there.
You are.
I'm nowhere there, because I look at like Trevor Noah. I look at these people like I was even watching Anton Deck. I'm a celeb. There's really, you have to have skill to do this. Learn how to. Another thing where, especially like as a presenter, pushback is a big thing. Remember Shannon Sharp getting cooked on the Cat Williams interview, which Cat Williams was spitting, by the way, and I'll touch on how dark Hollywood is in a minute, right? But he didn't push back, and Shannon's rebuttal, and I hear Shannon because I can relate. We're athletes. We're in this. We're probably in here because people are attracted to us because of our personalities.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We're not like a CNN journalist or ABC where like Piers Morgan is perfect. you can come up here with points, but he will push back. You get me?
Yeah.
But I'm learning to do that.
Yeah.
Even in our game, Min Dums, I was on his pod there the other day, Charge It. Charge It
Yeah, I've
podcast,
heard
yeah?
Charge, yeah.
So on their podcast, and obviously we were touching on like the Premier League player Mark Gahey. He's wearing the armband, the LGBT. But obviously he was like kind of like, we're giving our reasons as to why he's writing Jesus loves you. But he's pushing back. It's like, bro, like we know in the Bible, obviously that it's really against that. Like, why would you? Do you get me?
Yeah.
So yeah, I hear what you're saying. Talent, yes, but skills also important.
If you add talent, skill, and hard work.
Yeah, you're gone.
And consistency.
Yeah, but see with like, so have you made any big connections? Because I remember your following on Instagram is crazy. You'll have like 10, 15K on Instagram or whatever. Remember you lost that account, but then you got it back again. You're back up to like whatever you're on now, yeah? What connections have you made in LA? Like any famous, if you can name drop anyone big has come your way, asked you to walk or anything?
I've worked with a lot of different people, right?
Yeah.
For instance, I'm not going to name somebody, but
You'll tell me off cam, please.
Yeah.
I want to know.
For instance, I worked with this producer, right? And he works with Netflix.
Okay.
And I was working with him, and he was just like, this is what I want you to do, blah, 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 blah. And it's going to go with how evil Hollywood is. So we agreed. Everything is set. He tells me that he wants me to come to Atlanta with him. And I said, for what? It's shooting in LA. Why do I need to be in Atlanta? He's like, oh, no, it has nothing to do with work. I just want you to come with me. I said, I don't enter. I was like, what do you, like, and he's like, yeah, we'll just have some fun and have a good time. Bro, I went home and I drove home and cried. I bawled my eyes out because I thought that this was going to be like my big break. And
it would have been if you open Yash. Crazy.
And the crazy thing about it is I wasn't bawling because of the big break. I was bawling because as a woman, I know that this is going to come up. This is not the first time it's gonna happen. So it's like, damn, I have to keep
So
dealing
that
with
shit,
it.
sorry for coming across, that shit is real where niggas are sucking dick for
Yeah.
opportunity. Dick. Yeah, that's crazy.
So I was just like, damn, this is something I'm gonna keep dealing with. This is not just a once off. Wow. It really took me out. And I'm so happy I was dating somebody that was really supportive at that time. And he was just like consoling me and making me feel better about it. But that, I've done stuff for, like, another thing about Hollywood is you do stuff and it's called pilot, right? You'll do a lot of pilots and then they'll propose it to HBO.
Yeah.
And stuff
I
like
know
that.
about that, yeah.
And if they don't, if they pick it up, that's your break. If they don't pick it up, I've done a lot of those. Like, even, there's so much, and which is why I feel like I'm close, because I'm now in a league where I'm competing against one person sometimes for shows. Like, there's a show on Netflix called The Trust. I was between one of the girls and they were going back and forth. And then they gave it to the other girl because she was a little bit more extra than me. And it's a reality TV show, so you gotta be super extra. And she is, and rightfully so, whatever. But I think that I've done a lot of films. I have done some small roles on Netflix. I have done small roles on Hulu. I don't know.
No, we know Hulu.
Okay.
I think we have it on Now TV and stuff.
Oh,
yeah, we know Hulu, yeah.
Yeah. And my goal really is to be able to work anywhere. Like, Hollywood shouldn't be my end-all, be-all. Because Hollywood would be crashing, okay? They had that strike. Nobody could work. Nobody was auditioning for, like, how long? Like, if I want to be an actor, I can't rely on Hollywood to give me what I want. Which is why, like, I even went to London for like 3 months, 4 months in the summer. I wanted to check out what the entertainment scene was there. I'm going to Nigeria. Like, I want to be able to work everywhere. That's how bad I want it. I'm willing to move to another city whenever the opportunity comes and take that risk. So, yeah.
Yeah, it seems a lot.
And commercials too. I do commercials.
Yeah. No, it seems a lot. And obviously, you're 20? How old are you now?
Please, let's not.
Are we the same age?
Yeah, we are, yeah.
Okay, so, yeah. Even me, I'm age I'm at, it's like, it's now or never.
Yeah.
Do you get me? And
I'm just glad that I started a little earlier because for me, you need a few years to build that skill.
Yeah.
And I'm not where I was when I started.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because it's like, one of the rappers said it the other day, you need to wake up and you are thinking about what you're doing. Like, like it's nothing else on your mind.
Do you know, like, I couldn't sleep sometimes because I'm thinking about my goals and dreams.
Yeah.
I'm awake
Yeah.
because I'm thinking about everything, which is why it's like, I gotta be with somebody that's on that same wavelength.
Or just supportive of that, you know what I mean? Because even with me, this fulfills me, Mel. Like, even being here, it's not, doesn't have to be sitting here with Kevin Hart or fucking whatever. It's just me coming in here with the guys. I was chatting to Simba earlier for 15, 20 minutes. The boys were here. We were having a great laugh, talking about football. Being there, the other day with the rappers and stuff, like, I feel fulfilled. I'm in work, Mel. I'm telling you now, I'm fighting for my life. I'm not the only one, yes, but this is my story. And again, to the people, I'm not crashing out. I'm not breaking down. People think I'm having a crazy, like, just me, bro, having an honest conversation with a mate. It's like I'm in there, I'm just like, I don't want to be here, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
and that's how you know that this is what you're meant to do.
Stop! Like, these managers are saying stuff to me, sending me. I'm in meetings with HR, PIP meetings, coming out me fucking ass. I don't care.
I always
say, obviously, at the end of the day, this isn't giving me a red cent. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, I feel so fulfilled doing this. I'm gonna keep fighting until my last breath to make it. Do you know what I mean? And that's gonna be like, I don't care. My emotions gonna be a bit slower because I'm having these type of conversations.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Obviously, and I need to do more. I remember Smiley, was something like touched on. I remember it now. Smiley said, "Look, I'm operating at 30% of my potential." Because he used to manage me. You know, the big tall guy that was here.
Yeah.
He was managing me. He says to me, "You're operating at 30%," and he's so it. So I'm gonna have that mentality of, obviously, I'm not gonna blame more than I'm gonna take full accountability.
Yeah.
This is myself, and I need to use that hustle that you have.
That shark.
That dog. Do you get that shark?
Baby,
yeah.
Shark.
And elevate myself to try and get there. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, that's by networking, by branching out, and all this type of things, because I don't want to be in an office. So I don't give a fuck, man.
Honestly, it's so bad because I'm the worst employee ever at jobs. I'm the worst employee ever. I do the bare minimum to keep the job. Like, sometimes people are telling me they're probably,
man, I'm gonna be jobless. I'll get paid Monday, right? I know they're gonna, and I don't care because at least the kids then are covered.
Yeah.
Insurance is covered next month. It's just February now. I'm gonna have to, you know what I mean? But I know they're getting rid of me. There's just little steps, but I don't know what, I think in my mind I'll be free.
Yeah.
Because it's just.
That's why I never trip when I lose jobs, when I get fired or anything. I just be like,
I don't give a shit.
You know what? I never planned to be here all my life anyways.
Yeah, it's like what you said earlier, man. It's like, you're always for other people. It's time to be for you now.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously, look, I'm going to provide for my kids regardless, but it's like, I'm in there for them. I'm suffering. Just like I have, but it's like, okay, mentally, that's the only thing. Forget, people think, God, I'm tweeting or whatever, or he's crashing out. I'm tweeting, I'm chatting, I'm laughing, bro. I'm at home, hands in the jocks. I'm watching TV, sipping on me wine. I don't give a bollocks. That's internet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only thing that's stressing me out is this fucking place. But like I said, I'm making a choice by still being there as well. Do you get me? Yeah,
and also, your 9 to 5 as a
Yeah.
creator should fund your dreams.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not for you to be trying to be a manager and a this and a that.
No.
It's to fund your dreams. And that's my mindset the whole time. Like, I never have, like, oh, yeah, let me work hard to climb. No. I need to give you 30% because I need 70% to be with my career. I need to give you 30%. And that 30% gets me just by.
Couple of more, right? I need to ask you this. What's it like living in Trump's America?
Yeah, I'm scared for January, I have to say.
Is it that bad?
So when Trump first became president, it's so funny, I remember it the first day clearly. I was in grad school, clearly. I remember I was actually sick with the cold the night before, and they announced presidency like in the middle of the night, like 1 a.m. And I was already asleep. I woke up to Trump being president. I went to school and already on the walls, go back to your country. Day one. I think that the thing I notice more about Trump's like presidency is it gives the racists liberation to be themselves. Like saying crazy
the
shit.
Capitol, where they raided the Capitol and stuff,
Saying crazy stuff that they wouldn't have felt comfortable saying before. Like, people just bold now. That's the biggest difference for me. And then obviously now he's saying he's gonna deport people who are here illegally, whether they have family or not, and he's trying to change.
He's gassed though, and he's funny.
No, bro, he
funny.
is hilarious.
He's funny. Trump is funny. Trump
He's
is funny.
so funny. Like the things he says, like, and that's why people say America, the land of the dream or whatever, because it really, you can be whatever the fuck you want to be. Look at him.
He's under impeachment, isn't he?
Under impeachment, he also has a felony. That's a felony, and he's president. He also has no political like background.
Yeah.
But he made it to where you can be whatever you want to be. America, land of the dreams.
You can suck dick and have a podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, you can suck dick and be and be rich if you like. If you like, hold yourself back.
Yeah, no, that is crazy. Cause like, but you know what though? We'll have some people that will disagree with you. Like, in a sense, Trump's a great president, especially for the rich people. Do you know what I mean? Because the tax
But that's
and all
the thing
that.
too, yeah.
And then the economy was good as well. The best it's ever been when he was in president.
But
Do you know what I mean?
once they're in president, the first year or two they're in president, I want to say they're working under the last administration. That's what people don't realize. So they saying the economy was good or whatever, but for the first at least 2 years, you're working under Obama's administration.
But wasn't it
So
bad
now-
under Obama though?
Was it?
That's no. From what I just see, I'm just doing
the thing
pushback.
is, I think that I can only speak from a middle class / under. I can't speak for the rich because we no rich yet. But I feel like the rich, Trump does well because taxes and all these stuff. So I understand why certain people vote for Trump. What I don't understand is people who are middle class and under voting for Trump. And like, what is, like, sometimes I like having conversations, like, because I want to see, like, what is it benefiting you? I'm only voting for who's benefiting me. Like, and the children that I have in the future, you know, whatever, but it's not benefiting me. And also, he don't like my kind. Like, how am I voting for people? You don't like immigrants. I'm an immigrant. You barely like black people. I am black. You don't like women for real. I'm a woman. So it doesn't make sense for me to be like, oh, I'm a Trump supporter. But I get it. I went on a date the other day and the man told me straight up. He's like, just to let you know, I'm a Trump supporter.
Black guy?
No. He was mixed. But he was just like, I'm a Trump supporter, just to let you know if that's a deal breaker. I said, way to start a date. Way to start a date. But I mean, he had money. He was in the 1%. Like, so it's like, I get it.
Back to my point, in this life, have money. If the nigga didn't have money, Trump supporter, you're leaving that day.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't see each other again after, but the date was great. I had fun. I chopped. I drank. Good night. I went home. Like, what can I say?
Yeah.
It's like, he was honest about it because I know his bracket. And that makes sense for him, right? So that's why it's like, I guess I don't understand sometimes. You know, there's people in Ireland that was saying, oh, Trump, Trump, Trump. People in Ireland who have nothing to do with...
People I work with. People are delighted.
Trump, Trump, Trump.
They're
And I'm
delighted.
just like, wait, how does it even... Like, for instance, when Obama was president, right? I was so excited. I was still in Ireland. I was so excited.
Yeah, oh wait.
We were so happy in school. I remember being in Hearthstown, people were excited, but that was mostly black people because it gave black people hope. Do you know what I mean? But if that wasn't the case, I don't think that it concerns you. You're still dealing with what you have going on in Ireland. Like,
I think we're America, like, I think Mendum said it again, I think, because he was following it a little bit. It's like, I think they play off, it doesn't even matter about, he's an influencer, and they play off character, and it's like, he's coming out here saying what the people are really feeling, and that's how he's getting it. He's not getting it from his political background, we know that. He's getting it from what the streets is basically, I can fucking say, what they're saying, how they're feeling about immigration, they're blaming everything on them, and he's feeding into that, he's playing
but it's so
it.
crazy because
You know what I mean?
most immigrants are doing jobs that citizens wouldn't do.
Same problem here.
Yeah,
Same problem
absolutely here.
Yeah.
They're taking all our jobs. You have no education. You don't want to work in the farm. You don't want to do all this. But the Mexicans, they're willing to do that. They're willing to wipe ass. But you don't want to wipe ass. But they're stealing your job. How? Please explain. Ass you don't want to wipe, but immigrants will come and wipe ass and make their money. That's that grind that most people, when you're from a country, you don't really think is like, you don't think about it. That's why, you know, our parents, I don't know if your parents say that, don't be following all these white people. They're not like you. They're not like you. Like, that's what they mean. Because at the end of the day, you're still going to be looked at, unfortunately, as less than them because you came to their country. So
That's crazy, Mel. And last few I have for you, but it's like, with that being said, that's another 4 years of Trump, yeah? What are your plans now for, like, is it obviously just still to, like, continue your mission that obviously you're getting into the entertainment world fully? Is there ever a chance of you coming back to Ireland?
So I
everything that
think
you
my
have.
plans is, as of right now for 2025, is first things first. I'm still going to be acting. I'm still going to be, but on an international scale. I want to do Nollywood as well as Hollywood. Yeah, so I will be in Nigeria for the first bit of 2025 doing like movies and stuff. As you know, I'm Miss Nigeria United Nations, so I'm actually doing press in Nigeria. So I will have a lot of like TV interviews, radio interviews coming up and stuff like that. And I have a nonprofit. And my nonprofit is really, being from a foster home, I always knew that I wanted to kind of give back to orphans, but where to start than where you're actually from. So I started my orphanage where I raise money in Los Angeles, where people have more money than Nigerians, and then I implement stuff in Nigeria, like either clothes, school supplies, stuff like that. And then on top of that, actually, when I go to Nigeria, we're taking the kids out to amusement parks and stuff. They never get to go out. They never get to like just be just kids. So I want to continue my mission in that way because I think that that's really my purpose.
Yes.
That's really my purpose because acting and stuff like that will give me a voice to fund my purpose. You know, people only want to listen to people who are somebody.
Yes, that's true.
So that's kind of my mission. And when it comes to Trump or whatever, my God is higher. That's where I'm at because I think that when you start thinking so deep into it, there's a bit of fear in there, you know? So I think like for me, pushing on with what I want to do, and I'm helping my family a lot right now because again, when you know you're the one, you're the one. So I am doing a lot for my family right now, and like I've applied, like doing stuff for my mom, my sister, all of that. So I think that's like my main mission for 2025, just kind of pushing forward with that. But coming to Ireland, moving to Ireland would not benefit me where I am right now. It just wouldn't.
Strong.
It would not benefit me at all. I would not progress in Ireland, and that's facts. I will never forget where I come from though, because when I'm in LA, when they ask me where I'm from, I'm Nigerian first. Second, I'm Irish. They'd be like, "Oh, London? No, Dublin." Like, you know what I mean? That's where I come from, and I feel like part of me, I always said it, I was just like, I want to be on TV as an Irish, black Irish, like in Hollywood. They don't have that, bro. They don't have that. And that's one of my goals. I remember I was in a music video for Pink Sweat that turned into a short film. And that was the first time they ever let me be an Irish, like, black person. Like, they let me say my lines in, like, an Irish accent and everything. So, I mean, times are changing, but it's slow. But I think that we need to play on what makes us unique. We need to play on what makes us unique because black people, we already have it hard enough. So to conform is the wrong direction. It's the wrong direction.
When I say it,
being black and Irish, where'd you see that at?
when I say it, Dongo has mental health problems.
Yeah, like you don't see that anywhere. So when I go, like when I introduce myself in LA, I do say that because even though my accent has changed a little bit, when I go to LA, they still know that I'm not from there because there's still little words. They're like, where are you from? And they'll start to guess, but they never guess Ireland. So I think that whatever makes you unique is what's really gonna like stand out. So coming back to Ireland is not gonna benefit me, but I will always rep Ireland. Like, I just think that Ireland is too behind for where I'm from. Even now, when I'm in Ireland, I'm like, people are moving too slow. People are too slow for me. Even just at the shopping center, I'm like, walk like you have a purpose. Why are you walking like you have nowhere to go?
Where's that? Blanche Shopping Centre, is it?
Blanche, anywhere. I'm
There
just
we go.
like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So I think like I'm already at a faster pace I'm used to the faster pace. Ireland, unfortunately, wouldn't benefit me. So, yeah, no.
No, I heard that, man. And thank you for letting us know, yeah, because sometimes people would be skeptical of telling people that plans
No.
because of evil eye and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah.
When God is with
quickly,
you.
before I forget, why didn't y'all like me when we were growing up? What was your problem?
Oh,
You
you know
hated
what's
me.
crazy? No, come on. Let's
No,
go
you
there.
didn't like you always screwing your face, always like I owed you money. But what why is it that you didn't like me? And what changed? When did we start liking each other?
I don't know.
No, yeah.
So I think I didn't like you, or I wasn't a fan of you because I thought you were always trying to be white. If I'm being honest, I just felt like it was too conformed for me. Like, and you were like Congolese.
Yeah.
And I think also from how I met you, I didn't meet you as somebody I can hang out with and friends. I met you as somebody's fella. You know what I mean? So I didn't really I was just like, eh. And back then, was relationships really serious?
I was serious back then. Yeah.
So you were serious, but relationships as a whole we're still kids. So I didn't really think you would last, to be honest.
10 years.
Yeah. 10 years strong. Crazy. Yeah. But I feel like at then I was just like, oh, he's just trying to fit in. He's just trying to be white. And I think I just didn't really we didn't have we didn't even have the same friends back then. I think what changed for me is a few things that I heard about you. I heard, I remember one time that you're trying to get married, you're into marriage, and I was like, oh, maybe he's not as, as I thought. I was like, okay, he has some sense, just small sense. And then I remember when you went to America, we did talk a few times because I remember we're trying to figure out how far we were from each other, when you were there. And then I think the main thing that made me start supporting you is because I get it. I get the mindset. I get the drive. And I get other people not supporting you because they don't see your vision. And I know how hard it is. I know how tough it is. And especially if you have to do it on your own without any support, you're going to need to do it regardless. So I think that for me, and I also know how hard it is to make it in Ireland. So I've been supportive of anyone in Ireland trying to do things because I think there's so much talent here, but everybody's Scarlett. Nobody wants to put themselves out there because everybody has too much shame. There's too much shame here. There's no shame in America. If you go to LA, you see people there tripod doing their TikTok dance. You drive past them, you mind your business.
Jesse spoke about that. He was in America, people are streaming, they're walking around,
bro,
blah, blah, blah.
Me, I have my tripod and I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my skits, whatever I need to do.
Even with the nightclub, sorry for coming across you, right? They said that there's no shameless hoes in Ireland. In America and all, they don't care. They'll dance, they'll twerk, they'll go home with a nigga. They'll be, in Ireland, it's just you're doing it behind the scenes, but you don't want to be in the club. Do you know what I mean? Crazy. I'm not calling Irish people hoes before they never attack me. Weirdos, weirdos
audience
here. The weirdos, bro.
But I will say though, I think that's what made me start supporting you, and I feel like I get the hustle, and I know what it's like to start something from the ground up, and and I remember I used to think, hey. Your lives was so unhinged, bro. Your lives used to be crazy. And
they still are.
Yeah, they still are, but there's a little bit of sense there now. I can see the growth because beforehand I feel like there was no direction in your life.
There was, man, I swear to God, I picked up my phone, it was locked down, and I just...
And you had anger management issues. You did. I was like, this man.
I still do.
This man is angry.
Yeah.
Who pissed him off? Gets on live just talking. I remember one time you told me that you're gonna block me.
Oh no! What were we arguing over? You were pissing me off.
Who are you?
Yeah, you were pissing me. No, what was it over? So I think it was something to do with relationships, was it?
I don't even know.
You were just chatting shit. I was like, shut up, you man. You're annoying me.
If you say another thing, I'll block you. I said, who is this idiot? Block me. Who the fuck are you?
No, but on the white thing, right? That comes with. I remember saying that Mukhtar's episode. Mukhtar was questioning me.
Oh, I'm a hypocrite for that too.
What?
Thinking that you were white.
Yeah, do you get me?
I'm a big hypocrite.
Do you know? And Mukhtar was like, "Black people didn't hate you. What are you talking about?" I was like, "Mukhtar, black people
didn't like you.
You know the people.
No, black people didn't like you.
No, they didn't like me.
No,
It wasn't like I hated my own.
And black girls specifically.
Yeah, right. No, I don't know why, right? But I am playing football. I'm the only one on my team, and obviously my friends were white. I'm in school. My class was the only black person. I think there was one black person that came in. I don't want to name names, right? Because I don't want to be baiting people's names out here. They don't want that type of attention. But so obviously then having a white girlfriend from that ended up being my child's mother and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? But that wasn't. I always say this, yeah, and people can correct me if I'm wrong or whatever. But I wasn't one of them. You've seen in school where. I'm not just saying it for cameras. I don't give a shit about all that. Oh, black women. This I don't care. I don't do shit for cameras, right? But it's like I didn't I looked at black women some way, blah blah. It's just this girl really liked me. No one was checking for me. No one.
I agree.
And you know how much she loves me.
Black women weren't checking for you.
Do you get me? And know how much she loved me. And obviously she liked me and I liked her. And that was it. And she was my own. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's obviously different where my preference now would be if I was to settle down proper is with a black woman or whatever. But I see love as love.
Yeah.
I hate when athletes are dating a white and people are chatting. Bro, leave him alone, bro. Unless he's there dogging black women.
I think
fair enough.
Exactly.
Fair enough, like.
Yeah, your preference.
But let
your
it, man.
preference.
Shut up, man.
Yeah. As long as you're not out here like talking shit about like the other race or whatever. Date whoever you want to date. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. I think that black women weren't checking for you.
No.
And
still at now, I'm too short. They care about that shit. They really care about that shit.
Yeah, height is sexy.
Really?
It is. Can you imagine, height, tall, dark, beard, dress nice, a man of God. Woo! That's a winner right there.
I think I hit one list. One out of the list. I think I hit
one. Which was it? I hope it's a man of God. Jesus
man of God.
Christ.
There's no beard. There's no height. Jeez, there's not a euro either. Come here, Mel. I appreciate having you here. It's been absolutely brilliant. It's exactly how I wanted this conversation. What I was thinking. I used to write notes and all, but I feel like Smiley always says to me as well. I feel like when I just hit record and I go, I know what I'm at now. So I really enjoyed the conversation. So what I do at the end of the pod is one question only. So you give me a question now from you. Any question you ever wanted to ask me, except for like, where'd you see yourself in 5 years? No all them dead generic questions.
I think that I wanted to ask you because I think what you have in your mind of where this will go, some of it is in your mind, right? Like, so let's say, touch wood, you were gone tomorrow. What do you want to be remembered as?
Hey, touch wood, please. Yeah. Hey, Nzambe Mel, what kind of question is that?
God forbid, of course. But what do you want to be remembered?
See, because my last guest, he's so on money. He doesn't care about legacy. It's not really fucking me up, right? He's all just money. Nigerian guy as well. Money.
We like the money.
My legacy.
Yeah.
I didn't give up.
Yeah. It's a good one.
I didn't give up. That's it. It's like I said, I've taken.
Damn, I have another question.
No, you can. No.
Okay.
It's one question, but you can always ask whatever, right? But it's like I've taken in what Smiley has said. I've taken in what Deji has said. Deji said, look, I always really scream, I'm the best. I believe you have to have that mindset in your head.
Absolutely.
That you're the best.
Yeah.
Right? And you want to be the best. Yes. Right? And I see the numbers. Any black podcast here, look at the numbers. I'm right up there, which is look at the impact on the streets. I'm right up, which is. But at the end of the day, money needs to start talking and movement. You get me? But it's one of them like, I know what I need to do. Des said like it's overstated, underused. Now there's some people that will really pinch you, but I need that because I do talk. But now it's time to put it into action now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of talk, especially recently, about seeing this, seeing that. Now, I'm entering 2025, it's all about me. I'm going to say here, good luck to everybody. Good luck to every single person. But I don't give a bollocks. I don't want to hear about this, because I've said it all. I know how the things go. I know. I'll just wait. Even when I'm saying I'm right, I know I'm right. I know me. I'm not saying that, like, you know, I'm trying to prove you wrong, but I know shit's gonna hit the fan, and I'm gonna be like, oh, but I don't want to hear it. I will slap someone. I was already saying it. Anyways, right? So all it is that I burst my bollocks, gave every bit of sweat to try and do something with this, and it's all this.
Yeah.
Time to put action now. I know what to do.
So
yeah.
That actually goes into my second question.
Yeah.
For 2025, what word is gonna describe you? What do you think is going to be the word?
That is a question. I like these questions.
One word.
Grafter.
Grafter. Okay. Mine is undeniable.
Yeah. Mel.
Undeniable. I want to be an undeniable in my skill, my looks, my relationship with God, my family, like everything needs to be undeniable. I need people to see, if I pitch myself, I need them to be like, I can't pass up on her. She's undeniable.
That was, I was meant to do a talk in Trinity College. Well, Katie's getting married that day on the 20th. So I won't be able to do it. Yeah, Ireland, people have been engaged this year. But me,
maybe I need to come and find husband.
Me, I'm smelling. Me and my friends were smelling, right?
yeah.
Right?
You're short. And broke.
But I said broke and relax. What the fuck? But,
at least you're a man of God.
Yeah, but what was I gonna say? Bleeding. So one of the things I was gonna say to the kids was like, it's one of them racist. Not racist, was like talking about race and all blah blah. But I was like, listen, fuck all that.
Yeah.
No matter, you can be pink or blue. Once you're undeniable, you can't. They won't block your path. We black people need to stop this because of our skin. We get that.
We get
but
it.
Once you're undeniable,
Wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap it up is right. Once you're undeniable, you can't be stopped. So that's a perfect one. That's actually a perfect one.
That's
exactly what I was gonna say to the kids. Be undeniable because they can't deny it. Do you know what I mean? They can't deny it, bro.
You can't.
You know what I mean? So,
once you see it, that star quality. Because I think that people say it to me all the time. You have that star quality, but I need to now feel that to my highest potential and be undeniable.
Yeah, love that, Mel. Appreciate you guys. Like, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. You know, plug your socials before we go. TikToks, everything.
Oh gosh, TikTok. They're about to abandon January in America. Anyways, my Instagram is my Instagram is Anna Maria official __. My TikTok is I am Anna Maria _.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe. See you in a bit.
Thank you for having me.